Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3 of Let's Get Cinematic. The first last time we talked about the 1970s Silent Night Bloody Night, which is like an old school like a Christmas kind of slasher movie. And this week we are covering Silent Night Bloody Night: The Homecoming, which came out in 2013, and it's a remake of the original movie. And it's just me. It's me and Jacob again. Colton did not show up for today's
Yeah.
episodes, and we were recording this the same day that we recorded the last episode too. But I think I'm gonna try to finish off the eggnog.
Here we go. I wish I had some of my own. Oh well.
Oh, I didn't finish it off. There's still like a little bit left.
Hey, you got to drink the rest of it.
I'll try to get through the rest of
Nah,
it
just
in
kidding.
this episode.
Oh, here we go.
But
Oh my gosh.
so basically the original movie is public domain. Nobody owns the rights for it. It wasn't like, I guess it wasn't like copywritten like properly when it was released or something. Something there's an issue with the copyrights. So basically anybody can remake this movie, can do a sequel to this movie. Like you can do anything you want. It's sort of like how Night of the Living Dead is there's like no copyright on that movie either. So there's lots of remakes of Night of the Living Dead. And actually, the director of this movie, Silent Night Bloody Night: The Homecoming, this is his second movie as a director. His first movie as a director was a remake of Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
so he did a Night of the Living Dead
Nice.
remake that came out in 2012, and then he did Silent Night, Bloody Night: The Homecoming, which came out in 2013. So his first two movies are remakes of public domain movies. But yeah,
Yeah.
his name's
Gotcha.
James Plumb. He's from the UK. But I guess
James Plum. All right.
without like spoiling anything in this remake, what is your general like feelings of this remake without like spoiling like without getting into the plot? Like how did you feel about this remake compared to like watching the original movie?
It honestly just it doesn't compare. Like I don't know what took me out of it was the freaking Windows Movie Maker intro,
Yeah.
and like the audio and stuff was just really off. It just didn't like the atmosphere too just didn't match up like the original. The original just is just superior in every way. Like there are a few scenes like okay they did this a little better, but like yeah I won't go into it at the moment. But like yeah I don't know that was kind of my general feel
Yeah,
of it. It just
it's
wasn't nearly as good, and they didn't.
Oh, go
Oh
ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say they didn't have Pat Pizza for the makeup. 0 out of 10.
Pat Pizza. That's a great name. I still think it's like a great name.
I love it.
Pat Pizza.
It's
I
perfect.
I still wonder if
Pat
I still
Pizza.
wonder if it's even a real name.
It could be a pseudonym. I'm not sure, but
I don't
oh, it's
even
so
think
cool.
I don't even think Pat Pizza like has any other like credits really.
No, like IMDb page or nothing.
I'm gonna look it up.
Let's see. Gotcha.
No, that's not Pat Pizza. Okay, here's Pat Pizza. Yeah, Pat Pizza worked
Where's
on one
Pat
movie.
Pizza? Just the one.
So it in fact might be a pseudonym.
I
But
could,
yeah,
yeah, I could see that.
but yeah, so this remake, my kind of feelings on it, I do like this. I don't think it's completely terrible or anything. I do like it. I gave the original like a 5 out of
Yeah,
5. I think giving the original a 5 out of 5 is a little bit generous because the original movie's not perfect, but I enjoy it a lot. This one I gave a 3 out of
yeah,
5. I gave this remake a 3 out of 5, and I gave the original a 5 out of 5.
yeah.
But yeah, The remake, I kind of feel sort of a similar way to you, to where it's like it does lack the atmosphere. I'll say it's more brutal. This is a more brutal movie, but the
A little bit.
the atmosphere is definitely lacking, but it's still okay. Like, because these guys didn't have that much money. It wasn't a huge budget movie. They had way less money than the original movie did.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, it was like they did do good with what they had. Like, I'm sure it wasn't much, but
But
yeah.
yeah, so if you guys have not seen this remake, I would pause the video here and go watch it. I don't know if it's really available anywhere to like watch. I'll look into it, and if it is, I'll put links to watch the movie in the description of the video so that you guys can all check it out before you watch the rest of this podcast we're doing. But yeah, so I guess now we can get into some spoilers here.
Yeah.
So I am curious as to what the budget was though.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna look that
Kind
up
of
real
compare
quick.
it first. Yeah.
I actually just spelt it wrong. I might be already a little bit tipsy.
It's all
I put
good.
silent bloody instead of silent night. Like
Oh gosh, Cody. Oh gosh, here we go.
yeah. Oh man, I'm not doing this very good. Like I'm not drunk, but like I don't know. I'm a little
You're
off right
feeling
now.
it.
Yeah, I'm a little off.
Yeah. You had a decent amount of that stuff. I don't know how
Yeah,
strong it is,
yeah.
but
It's not
yeah.
extremely strong, but I think my tolerance is actually pretty
Yeah.
decent, pretty good.
Yeah. Pat pizza.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing the budget listed anywhere.
That's weird.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so it says so this says estimated budget. So there's no official budget, but it's saying estimated at $20,000. And if they made this on 20,000, that's not bad.
Um,
Considering the original movie was
I'm about to say, yeah,
the original movie was 250,000,
yeah.
which we
Which, of course,
equated
but
which equates to like $2 million in modern, like, as of this year. So the sequel for 20,000, like, that's not, it doesn't look that bad for $20,000 budget. So
oh, absolutely not. Yeah, they did good with what they had.
I actually messaged James Plumb on Facebook to like see if he wanted to be a part of the
Hmm.
episode, and he got back to me. So yeah, okay. So he basically said that if times aligned, then he would have jumped on with us. But he said it's been 10 years since he's watched it, and 9 years, no, 10 years since they made it, but 9 years since he last saw it. So the director hasn't like even
Oh
really
my gosh.
watched his movie in like 9 years. So he said his like his sort of like recollections of it would be a little bit foggy if he jumped on. But
Yeah.
because he's in the UK, I think there's like a 12-hour time difference. It's like there's like a pretty big time difference. So he wasn't able to hop on just because like we're filming, and I think
Dang.
I think he might even be asleep right now, like over in the UK.
Could be.
I honestly don't
Yeah, I mean,
know.
it's 6 a.m. So for them,
Um,
jeez.
yeah, I think it might be like a 12-hour difference. I could be wrong. But yeah, he did say he was open to like coming on. It's just time differences is too hard to schedule.
Absolutely. No, I get that.
He said he's
It's
gonna
all
watch
good.
it though. He said he's gonna watch this.
Oh, nice.
Like he acted like he was
Oh,
gonna.
cool.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, let's get into the remake.
Yeah. All right. Um.
So right off the bat, I'll
Well,
say I'll say it like it kind of
mhm.
faithfully follows the original. It's like very close to like the same exact story, really. There's enough differences though where it's basically like Silent Night, Bloody Night remix, basically.
Yeah.
And the
Pretty
weird thing
much.
is the original movie's 85 minutes long. This remake's 78 minutes long. It's shorter. It's like a couple minutes shorter, but it still covers the same material and it throws in some new stuff at like towards the end and some new stuff towards the beginning. So it's like a quickened
Yeah.
version of the original with some new stuff thrown in.
Yeah, like that ending was like, whoa, okay. They threw they threw a little twist in there in the plot,
Yeah,
a
and
twist within a twist.
one thing I'll say is they kind of combined two of the characters. Um, so in the original movie, Tolman or whatever, the like the mute guy, he's not that character's not
Mhm.
in this movie. He's not in the remake. That character. So he was like in charge
Oh
of
yeah.
he was in charge of the town's newspaper, and then the what's her name, Mrs. Howard or whatever. I forgot her first name though.
Mm-hmm.
But that character,
Wait, is it Tessa?
yeah, yeah, Tess Howard. So
Yeah.
that
Tess,
character,
Tess, yeah.
Tess, was the communications person in the original movie, and in this remake, Tess is in charge of the newspaper. So they sort of combined Tess and Toman for this remake, probably because like the budget and like scheduling another actor and like all that stuff considered is probably why they condensed it into one character. So
Yeah,
there's only three
for sure.
characters instead of four in this one that are being hunted.
Yeah. Yeah, this also was first I was like, wait, like where's the fourth dude? But I guess yeah, like you said, they just kind of combined the two into one and that yeah. Which I mean made sense for their, telling of the story. So, yeah.
But yeah, I will say like the kills in this were just like way more brutal than the kills in the original movie though, despite the smaller budget.
Yeah. Like the one where like the intestines are coming out of that dude, like oh my gosh, or the yeah Diane's father was oh my gosh, like, that was wild.
Well, like
Like just all the gore in general.
the crazy
Ooh.
thing about that is though he got shot. I don't know if like your intestines would just fall out from getting shot.
Unless if it's like a shotgun, like scatter shot, and like it
Yeah,
just
exactly.
shreds your stomach. Like
Yeah,
I
but
yeah I don't know.
that was actually Jeffrey. Jeffrey's intestines were coming out.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was oh wait yeah.
Yeah,
Now I'm thinking about it. Yep. She was over by her father whenever it showed that. Yeah. Okay, now that makes sense because he got shot by a shotgun, so I can
yeah,
see
yeah.
that. Yeah, I was getting confused for a second, but yeah, nice.
But yeah, this one also does. I feel like it has a little bit more of a Christmas vibe than the original movie does too, though. There's like more
Yeah,
Christmas decorations, more like they have like a punk rock version of like Silent Night, Holy Night playing like a couple of times in the movie.
I love that. That was great. I think they said I think it said at like the beginning who like performed it. I guess I don't know if it's like I think it's original. I guess we'd have to ask and see, but
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know. Like they had like the two performers at the beginning. Yeah,
shoot,
I'm not sure.
I don't even know
Is
how
that was original? That's pretty good. Like oh my gosh.
I don't know how I would look that up to be honest.
Sometimes IMDb will show the music and like who did it, but they might just show the composer. I don't know if they'll show those people or not, but that'd be cool if they did.
But yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah, they did a good job.
The actors in this one I don't think are as good, but they're not like terrible. It's the performances
Mm-mm.
aren't as strong, and the atmosphere isn't there. But it's still like it's very watchable. There's nothing like wrong with just watching this movie. I just prefer
Yeah,
watching the
true, for
original.
sure. Yeah, yeah, I get the same feeling really. But yeah, I mean, the actors, yeah, I thought they did a decent job. Like Jeffrey, I don't know, like, the original actor really sold the whole red
Yeah.
herring, like, he's the killer thing. But like this guy, I don't know, maybe they're just going like towards a different vibe for him. But like I definitely didn't get like the feeling that he was really the killer or anything. Then again, we watched the original too, so maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just like recency bias or something, but
Yeah,
still,
sometimes
like, I don't know. He had
sometimes
like a different vibe.
sometimes watching like like a movie and its remake back to back doesn't really help the remake. And we literally watched them back to back.
Yeah, true. But still, it's good. Still good little retelling.
some of these actors I'm on a letterbox right now, but some of these actors have not been in very many movies. A couple of them have been in a lot though.
Hmm. Any like big name movies or just like
No, yeah, and like pretty much none of these guys have been in big name movies. I will say though, I feel like probably a lot of the budget might have went to this. So Adrian King does the voice of the killer in this movie.
Mhm.
And Adrian King was in Friday the 13th part 1 and 2.
Really? That's cool.
She's the final girl. Like she's the lead actress in the first Friday the 13th movie. Uh
Oh.
yeah, and then in Friday the 13th part 2,
Hmm.
she just has like a small cameo where she gets killed off in the opening scene.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, she's a pretty she's the biggest name in this movie. Like all these other people are
Yeah.
all these other people are like indie actors. They're not in a whole lot of stuff. She hasn't really been in a whole
Yeah.
lot. She's been in 24 movies. But like a lot of the movies she's been in seem to be smaller movies, but she was in the first two Friday the 13th. She's credited as being in Friday the 13th part 4, but I think it's just flashback footage.
Ah, makes sense. Yeah.
And she was in
Gotta give
Saturday
her
Night
credit for that.
Fever,
Hmm.
which is a
I don't
John
know if I've seen
Travolta.
that one.
It's a John Travolta movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty big.
about it's yeah, it's a disco theme movie. But I think oh, I just lost it. She plays a dancer and she's uncredited for that movie. So that means like she's just in
Um
the
Probably
background.
just like in the background or
Yeah,
something.
so she was like an extra in Saturday Night Fever, but she was like the star of Friday the 13th. Yeah, she played the voice of the killer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she played the voice of the killer in this remake of Silent Night, Bloody Night. Because the voice was very feminine in this one.
It was at first. I thought like they just like edited like a dude's voice or something to make it high pitched, but like yeah, it just sounded like different for sure.
Yeah, it didn't sound like a man, even though it's supposed to be a man. But they're probably like super stoked about getting her voice in the movie, so they were just like, let's just have her be the killer's voice.
Yeah, why not? I mean that's pretty cool.
So is there any like
Man,
is there like any particular scenes that you like want to talk about like over certain things?
I felt like Jeffrey and Diane had more of a connection in this one. Like their connection made a little more sense. They're kind of like joking around and stuff, and they had almost like a Hallmark kind of moment where they met. Like
They
it had that vibe for me.
they definitely felt it felt like they were more closer in age too.
Yeah, that too, exactly. Because yeah, the
The
first or the original, yeah, they just there's an age gap. A
Yeah, Jeffrey definitely
little
seemed
bit.
like he was a bit older than her in the original movie, but in this remake, they were more like equal in age, so maybe that's why the chemistry felt more realistic or something. Like it felt like because they were like the same age pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, then they're cracking similar jokes. They seem to like, yeah, they were just really gelling. So that was cool. It was weird though. Like, she's about to go drive, and then she just chugged her wine and just went out the door. She's driving. I'm like, oh my gosh, you gonna crash? Like, gee.
Yeah,
Oh
I guess they were drinking
gosh,
some
man.
wine right before she started driving.
Yep. It's like, okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm looking here. Oh yeah, this is one thing I put down in this remake. The proposal is canon. We got to
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
gift, so
That
that was
I
interesting.
completely forgot about that. That is true. So that it was more. Actually, I do want to talk about the lawyer guy in this movie. He doesn't seem as much of a sleazeball as he did in the original. Like they tried to make him into a nicer guy in this one. He actually he felt more like I don't like he didn't even have a wife or kids in this version, so he wasn't cheating on anybody. It just felt like this was his
Yeah,
girlfriend.
yeah.
It felt like this was his girlfriend, and he was going to propose to her on Christmas. That's sort of how it felt.
Yeah, yeah, they kind of took like a different route with him, and I thought it worked pretty good. He played that part pretty well, and yeah, he's just like the really, like he's just like a nicer, younger guy, and yeah, like you said, he wasn't a sleazeball. I was like probably his girlfriend or whatever, and
Actually,
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
it
he
just
might
it
have been
made
the
more sense.
I think he might have been the best actor in this one. Maybe.
Yeah, for sure, I could see it. Like he killed the role pretty good.
He killed the role
Absolutely,
before he got killed.
exactly. Yes, slayed it. Gosh. Oh, whenever he pulls up, the lawyer pulls up, and they talk to the caretaker. Those pervy shots are kind of weird. And they like zoomed in on that girl's thighs or whatever and stuff. While the caretaker was like looking, it was just like, okay, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah. When the lawyer first pulled up to the house,
well, like there was like an extra sort of moment added to this one where you see a couple kind of wander into the house and they like have sex and then are murdered. Like that interaction didn't happen in the original movie at all. That was like a brand new sort of like segment. They they were really trying to show like her body off in that scene, which like
a little bit.
the original movie had no like nudity in it.
About to say, I bet they had more like creative, obviously, had more creative freedom in this one. But they're like, yeah, like we don't have to put a rating on this. Screw it, let's just put it in there. Like, why not?
Yeah, yeah, because I believe
Yeah,
I believe it's not rated. Yeah, it's not rated.
I thought so.
It's extremely indie. But
Just
yeah, here's the movie cover. It's gonna be backwards for the
nice.
it's gonna be backwards for the people at home though, because like I guess
Uh,
I guess by default, Discord sort of like reverses my camera.
that's weird. It's showing up normal for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
like you said though, when you're recording, it'll probably show up weird. Yeah.
yeah. Because
Oh well,
it
they got
shows
kind
up
of see the dude's face.
yeah, it shows up reversed on my end.
That's weird. Hmm.
Like
But yeah,
my Fast and Furious shirt's all reversed right now.
yeah. I don't have friends. I got family.
I mostly wore this because it's
God.
green and like green is like a Christmas color.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. I was about to say I got the family vibe. I mean, the shirt, kind of goes with Christmas too.
Yeah, I guess so.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. Oh man. Um. Let's see. Oh yeah, in that scene where that couple after the scene or the sex scene or whatever, like it was weird. Like the girl walked out, and it seemed like immediately after Wilfred comes out that same door or comes in through that same door. It's like, did you just walk past him? Like, what happened there?
I almost feel like maybe she walked out into the hallway and like he crept up like right behind her and went in. Like she
Hmm.
probably barely missed him.
Ooh. Yeah, there could have been like a closet or something, like right outside the door or something, like he was hiding in. Or it could have just been like, like it might have just been like a cut, to where like I don't know, it was like a few minutes later or something, and we just didn't know. But like, yeah, yeah, I was just like, wait, did she just walk past him? It's like, oh hey, what's up?
And then I'll also say I think the flashback kind of moment in this one where they showed of like where they tried to like show us the origins of it all. I feel like the flashback kind of sequence in this
Hmm.
one makes a little bit more sense than the original flashback did, though.
Yeah,
Like they
for
are
sure.
they
Like,
they like flat out give us more of the details rather than us trying to figure it out on our own. I guess like it makes more sense the way that they portrayed it.
that, yeah, that, and also it seemed to like cut it down a bit, which it really needed that because in the original it just went on for so long. I
That
mean, this one
might
was a little bit, I don't know.
that might have been like a 10 minutes of the original movie. That flashback.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, this went on for so long, and it's just like we know what's gonna happen. Like, just show it already. Yeah, man. Yeah, can't really think of anything else, honestly. Like, they're pretty good for what they had, and
I
yeah.
guess because like we already talked about the original movie, and this is basically just the same exact story. I guess it's a little bit harder to like kind of say a whole lot about this one, except for like some of those death scenes were pretty wild though.
Yeah, oh my gosh, the body horror in this one was insane. They did good with it though. Like it looked realistic. Like,
The
yeah, they did good.
the sheriff, what he gets his like face like bashed in like out in the
Oh my gosh.
cemetery.
That was wild.
I will say though the guy who gets strangled by the Christmas lights, I don't know if like that would really make him bleed around his throat or neck though. Like there was blood kind of coming down. I don't think strangled by Christmas lights would do that. Like make him bleed like that though. Like that part kind of confused me a little bit.
Well, the only thing I can think of is maybe like the lights were poking out, some of them, and then they just jabbed it so
Oh,
far into
because
his
of the
neck that those
glass.
lights kind of like punctured his. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They are
yeah,
made of glass too, so like, yeah, they could like, and some of them they have like a little bit of a tip, so like they could definitely, you could put enough pressure on there, it's gonna probably go through.
yeah, yeah. I
That's the
guess
only thing
that.
I can think of.
Yeah, I guess that's like the only thing that confused me. And then also I guess in this version are the like the townspeople, are they still inmates? Because in this version it didn't really make them out to be inmates.
Well, it seemed like Wilfred like kind of like knew who Tess was. Like he said like her name and stuff without even really like I don't think he heard it or anything. So like I assume it's like implied because like maybe like the people who made this one kind of knew people had seen the original. So like that's probably just like implied, I guess. But yeah, you're right though. They didn't really come out and say it.
Because the original they like flat out said like they were these are the inmates, and then in this remake they didn't really say that. So I don't know. But like
Yeah,
then what would
yeah, I'm not sure either.
I guess if they weren't the inmates, then he wouldn't really have a reason to kill them though, and he did kill them. So they're probably still inmates
Yeah, he
of
was talking
the.
about vengeance.
What did you think about the fact like his sort of look in this one? Like the killer's look was, because in the original
Ooh.
movie you never see the killer while he's killing people. You just see shots of like his hands. But in this version, you actually see his whole body when he's killing people because they gave him a mask with it looks like he had a gas mask, and then there was like bandages, like gauze wrapped around the gas mask. So he had kind of like a more of a
Yeah,
he had more of a slasher movie character look to him.
remind me of that. What was that movie, Strangers or whatever? Like
Oh
where
yeah,
they
yeah,
like their faces are like wrapped up and stuff. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. But yeah, like the addition of the gas mask looked kind of cool. Honestly, it was
yeah.
crazy.
I actually never saw The Strangers.
Me neither. I remember seeing commercials because it used to freak me out when I was little because it came out when we were younger, I think. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
gosh, this is scary. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, it was a cool look though. Like I like what they did with his character and stuff, and how they added in the caretaker as kind of like a red herring of sorts. Even though he was the one who took care of the bodies, I believe.
Yeah, I did think that was kind of odd. Um, like that caretaker, like what was his motivation for even helping him? Was it just so he could like stay employed?
That
Yeah,
I guess I don't know. That's a bit much to stay employed, man. It's like
that
I want to kill for this man.
the caretaker thing kind of threw me off a little bit because like I don't really see the purpose of that character. Like they have that character there, but they got rid of Toman. They got rid of the mute guy, but they have this caretaker character that wasn't even in the. They almost could have had Toman instead, and not have had the caretaker. Like I don't know, the caretaker role I felt like was a little unnecessary, but I thought it was kind of cool that the ending was a little bit different. Like they kind of the last like 10 minutes of this remake, it doesn't adapt the original movie at all. It kind of became its own thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like yeah, I like how they did that. And like, yeah, I guess they probably added in the caretaker so they could kind of have somebody throw people off instead of like Jeffrey. I guess they're going to use this new character, and he did kind of play, I guess, somewhat of a purpose at the end. I mean, a little bit. I don't know. It was, I guess, to add tension, but yeah, I don't know. Oh my gosh, that part though, where she like almost cuts off her hand. I was like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, like there must be a different way you could do this. Like
That
you're over here, you're like, oh, I'm
that
gonna cut my
part
hand off real quick.
I haven't watched this version as much of I have the original, but like that part does kind of get to me a little bit. Like that was kind of nasty.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's like our like bone was almost popping out. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, the
Whoever did the special effects for this, it was awesome.
yeah, yeah,
The practical
some of
effects.
those yeah, some of those effects are pretty gruesome. Um I'm going to see if I can pull that up.
Yeah, so you did it because they did a dang good job. Like, oh my gosh.
So visual effects, it says Mick Baller. It's Bahler. This is the only movie he's done effects for.
Okay. He should be doing more. Jeez, he did awesome
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this.
This
Wow.
is on Letterboxd. This is his only credit.
Jeez. I'm surprised. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this one movie. I'm gonna do it real good, and I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
out.
a lot of these guys that like a lot of the crew only have like 1 to 3 credits.
Oh wow.
Yeah, most of these
Huh.
guys have like 1, 2, 3, or 4 credits. Like most of these guys don't have very many credits.
Hmm.
So that's kind of interesting. Because I don't think this is like a.
Yeah.
I don't think this is
Make
a.
like
I don't think this is a bad movie. So like I just think it's kind of odd that they haven't all worked on more stuff.
oh, maybe they did one movie. They're like, this might not be for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
So I've
uh,
heard like shooting movie stuff could be a bit taxing.
yeah. Quite a few of these people also worked on the Night of the Living Dead remake that James Plumb made before this.
Nice.
I will say though, I don't think Letterboxd like movie credits are all like extremely accurate because like on here it says James Plumb.
Mm.
It says James Plumb has only directed 3 movies on Letterboxd, but he's actually directed 4. But I think one of the 4 never got like officially released. I think that's what he was telling me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
so Night of the Living Dead Resurrection came out in 2012, and he said that one has a DVD release, and then Silent Night, Bloody Night, The Homecoming got a DVD release. Uh, his third movie, I don't really know any. I don't have any information on it really. I don't know how to like. I don't know what it's called or where you can really find any information about it. But his fourth movie is called Little Monster, and it came out in 2018. And that one I think is just streaming only. It hasn't gotten like a DVD release or
Okay.
anything. Yeah. So yeah, James
Yeah.
Plum is kind of still working. 2018. It's been a couple years, but it seems like he's still kind of around though.
Nice. So that's good. I'll say you did good on this for sure.
But yeah, on this one, I don't really have a whole lot else to say.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We
Because
talked about the new stuff and just yeah,
most of the stuff we could talk about is just stuff
what
that
they did.
also happened in the first one, which we talked about the first one for a while.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we basically have all our thoughts out there on that. So
Yeah, and this is like,
yeah. Oh wait, there was one thing I
oh,
there's one thing I just remembered. Whenever Wilfred's going after Diane, like in the like it was towards the end, like after Jeffrey and her dad shot each other, the front door was open. I don't know why she didn't go out the front door. Instead, she went
yeah,
upstairs and tried to go out a window.
that is true.
I was like, what?
I think they were
Yeah, I
trying
was like,
to.
what? She literally ran past
I think they
the
were trying
door.
to like mimic the moment from the original movie though, where like after she shot Wilfred and he fell down, she ran into that one room, and I think they were trying to like mimic that kind of moment where she like runs into that room, even though it was a little bit different because Wilfred
Yeah,
was
that makes
chasing her
sense.
this time.
Yeah, and they did the whole new end scene and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I was just like, what are you doing?
But yeah, so I guess James Plum, if you're watching, this isn't a bad movie. I like this one. Like it's pretty decent. I just don't have as much love for it as I do the original movie.
But you did an awesome job on it, though, man. We appreciate you.
So yeah, I think that'll basically do it for this episode of Let's Get Cinematic. Um, if you guys like this video, hit that like button, subscribe. There's gonna be more videos to come. We want to try to put this podcast out on like a bi-weekly basis, like from now on. So like 2 episodes a month, possibly, because I have another podcast I'm doing which will be 2 episodes a month. So I thought if I do them as both 2 episodes a month, then I have something every week coming out, regardless.
Indeed.
So yeah, in the next episode, like basically from week to week, it's kind of hard to decide what movies I'm going to do when and stuff. But right now, I am planning on the next episode being over Silent Night, Bloody Night 2 Revelations, which came out in 2015. It is not a sequel to this remake, though. It's a direct sequel to the original movie from the 70s, even though it came out like right after the
Yeah.
remake did. And actually, the I just remembered something. One other thing we can say at the end credits, it says "Coming soon, Silent Night, Bloody Night, Seasons of Greetings." So
Yeah.
I guess James Plum was planning on doing a sequel to the remake, and it just never happened for some reason. Like, I kind of wish they had done
Dang,
that.
that sucks.
Yeah, I would have watched a sequel
Yeah,
to this
same. That would have been cool.
because the sequel would have been
Absolutely.
completely new material.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They could have, done something different. Because yeah, I mean, you see, like, wasn't like Wilfred playing the piano at the end there?
Yeah, there's a mid-credit scene like halfway
Yeah,
through.
so maybe he didn't actually die.
Yeah, like halfway through the credits, he's sitting there playing the piano. So like Wilfred definitely didn't die in this remake. So they were planning on having Wilfred
Yeah,
be like a sort of like a I don't know, like a slasher icon, I guess, of sorts, and have him come back as like the killer. I think he was gonna try to do a couple of these, but I didn't ask him about that. I probably should have asked him about it, but I completely forgot that he had at one time planned to do a
yeah.
sequel.
Well, once he watches this, maybe you can leave some info in the comments.
Yeah. Because I definitely would have liked to have seen a sequel to
Yeah,
this.
definitely same. Like, gotta see
But
this, see what happens next, man.
even though we didn't get a sequel to this, we did get a sequel to the original movie, and like that's gonna be a
True, true.
it's gonna be an interesting episode, I think.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I guess
Hope
that's
it's
gonna
good.
do it for this episode. So again, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more.
Indeed. We'll see y'all later.
Again, that was kind of an awkward ending.
We'll find something. It'll be
I
fun.
I almost drank it all. I almost drank it all.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I'm
Nice.
feeling too I feel like I'd get too sick if I just chugged the rest of it though.
About to say, I bet it's like really like sweet and stuff. Like,
Yeah, and I've
more of a
literally
slow sipping thing.
I literally drank like the entire bottle except for this little bit.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I was about to say about it.
But yeah, bye.
Oh man. See you, man.